You are reincarnated, and your new life begins as a triangular fish. Your life as a deep-sea creature starts immediately on nightmare mode. The first sensation you feel when breaking out of your egg is not freedom, but pain. You realize something is biting you. Your tail is being punctured by parasites the size of a pinhead. These creatures will become your blood-sucking predators for the next 3 years. Half of your body is still stuck inside the egg membrane. Injured the moment you're born, your novice stage feels like being in prison. You struggle violently. Although you break free from the eggshell and even shake off that annoying parasite, a small piece of flesh on your tail is left behind. This will be the first scar of your life. Looking around, thousands of your siblings are hatching. The scene is more horrific than hell itself. Some carry 2 parasites on their bodies. Others died before hatching, and their insides are being eaten from within. You've barely entered the world, and you're already at the starting line of a deadly survival race. Suddenly, a slightly larger juvenile muzzy moon rushes through the swarm. Its mouth works like a miniature shredder. Open, close your siblings, disappear without a trace. It turns toward you. Before you can think, you activate jelly mode. Your fins loosen and spread out. Your soft body drifts with the water. At that moment, you're no longer a fish, you're a piece of venomous jelly. Congratulations! That instinctive move saves your life. You must remember this. Before adulthood, you will have to repeat this action countless times. Most of your siblings survive only 3 days. But you grit your teeth and make it to day 5. When you are 5 days old, you begin to understand how to hunt. You hide near drifting algae and let tiny crustaceans swim right into your mouth. Today alone, you caught 3. You're considered a hunting prodigy among your kind. Suddenly, a faint scent of blood drifts through the water. Your weak instincts urge you to follow it. Tracking the smell, you discover a dying flying fish twice your size, bleeding heavily. A free buffet. But you're not the only one who found it. 50 small fish are already fighting over the flesh. The chaos is like a boiling pot of soup. You dash forward and tear off a small piece. Energy immediately fills your body. Suddenly, the water trembles violently. A 3-meter-long hatchetfish rockets into the feeding frenzy like a missile. Its mouth is large enough to swallow 20 fish at once. Instinctively, you switch back to jelly mode. Your body softens completely, tumbling helplessly through the turbulent water. The hatchetfish sweeps past you. 30 small fish, and the flying fish vanish instantly. You survive, but for the first time, you truly understand the brutal law of the deep sea. The tastiest feast is always the deadliest trap. 6 weeks pass. After countless jelly mode escapes and a good amount of luck, you finally make it through the juvenile stage. Food is abundant now, pushing your body into the next phase of development. But your body begins a transformation that feels like betrayal. Your eyes start to ache, as if melting and sinking into your skull. Your vision gradually fades. This is not a sunset. It's your eyes dying. Next, the bones of your fins stretch painfully, as if pulled apart from the inside. Your paired fins transform into tattered wing-like structures. Finally, your brain forces you downward. You sink uncontrollably, like a glider losing all lift. At 500 meters, your eyes no longer work. At 1,000 meters, you are completely blind. At 2,000 meters, your organs compress tightly. You are metamorphosing into a creature that defies biological logic. Your fins now stretch 3 times their original length. Your swollen eye sacs bulge grotesquely. Welcome to 4,000 meters below the surface. Here, the water pressure is like a mad hammer trying to crush you non-stop. The temperature is barely 1 degree Celsius. You try to swim, but realize your 7 fins are no longer fins. They have become 3 long legs, each over 1 meter in length. Finally, you understand the secret. You must stand. Balancing on your 3 legs, you hover quietly above the mud, about 30 centimeters off the seafloor, facing the current and waiting. 4 hours pass before microscopic creatures drift by. Your dead eyes can't see them, but your sensory nerves can detect every vibration. You adjust your tendrils, tracking the water flow like radar, guiding your prey into your mouth. Once every hour, you manage to swallow 1 creature. Each meal provides only 90 calories. Catching it costs you 80. Down here, food density is only 1% of the surface. You must hunt every 2 hours, or you will starve. At that moment, a tiny grain-sized creature lands on your back. A parasitic copepod. Old friends, returning. The same kind that bit you when you hatched. It digs its hook into your skin and slowly drains your blood, making you weaker. More arrive. Soon, 3 new parasites latch on. Now 4 parasites drain 10% of every meal you make. You must hunt more, but the weakness reduces your efficiency. Death doesn't come quickly, just slowly, painfully. Months pass. You carry 4 parasites, barely alive. You take 8 seconds just to open your tendrils. You smell the scent of another of your kind. Dragging your long legs like brittle sticks, you struggle 6 meters forward. After 4 hours, you finally meet another triangular fish. It carries 6 parasites worse than you. Standing side by side, for the first time in 8 months, you feel companionship. Together, you release your eggs. Born male, you transform into female under pressure, releasing both sperm and eggs. But most eggs aren't fertilized. Your mate leaves immediately. No bond, just a biological exchange, in eternal darkness. You realize you wasted 3 weeks of energy on a failed reproductive attempt. 2 months later, you have gone 11 days without food. The parasites have consumed most of your muscle, making it difficult to stand. Then, something massive drops nearby. A dead whale. 50 tons. The largest food source of your life. It falls 12 meters away. You spend 9 hours dragging yourself toward it, nearly collapsing multiple times. When you arrive, the feast is already in full swing. Rat-tail fish, cusk eels, blind cod, and more than 30 large fish are devouring the carcass. When you try to approach, a rat-tail fish rams you away. A blind cod slashes your fin, almost pulling you into the feeding pit. You stand only 1.5 meters from a food source that could feed ecosystems for years, but you are the weakest animal present. 3 days later, the whale carcass drifts away. You didn't get a single bite. Your death is inevitable. 2 months later, you are still in the same place. 16 days without food. Your body trembles. Even the parasites have stopped moving. Then, you smell a familiar scent, your former mating partner. It arrives, even more miserable than you. You stand, side by side, again, surviving 5 days together. Each of you finds one weak meal. On the 6th day, a new scent appears. A 6-gill shark emerges from the abyss. It lunges straight at your head. You have no time to react. You disappear instantly. The shark returns to swallow the rest of your body, but then sinks into the mud to hide. The pressure locks your body in a twisted 3-legged pose. You are helpless. The shark decides you're not worth eating and leaves. You remain beside the decaying corpse of your kin. 3 hours later, your tendrils loosen. It takes 6 hours for you to move 3 meters. You anchor yourself at a new spot, alone, again. 1 week later, your heart stops. Not from attack, not from starvation, but because your body chooses to let go. You collapse and slowly sink into the mud. The parasites crawl off your body in search of a new host. Within 2 days, scavengers eat your eyes. After a week, only your 3 long legs remain, like broken antennae sticking out of the seafloor. As a triangular fish, you survived odds of 1 inch 99,000. You mastered 400 survival instincts, including jelly mode. Your body transformed into a nightmare creature. At 4,000 meters deep, you hunted through touch alone. You and your parasites coexisted in darkness for 3 years. And finally, your reincarnated journey in this hellish world comes to an end.